driving, and I'm driving on the interstate, so I'm not going to look down at the phone a lot, but there's no one on the interstate, so we're good. But anyway, I wanted to do this little Facebook Live because I want to talk about the home business reviews, and I want to talk a little bit about social media and what your thoughts are on social media for those of you that are growing this business. So this is a good question for a lot of you. You know, sometimes in the world of social media, there's really two objectives that people kind of take, or two positioning ways that they kind of position themselves on social media. I'm going to wait for a few of you to join because this is really going to be good content this morning, and I want some good feedback from you guys that are growing the business. So honestly, when you look at social media, you know, it says the consumer needs to see something 8 to 11 times before they hit the buy button. That's just the truth. People need to see something 8 to 11 times before they decide to go for it. So some people say, in the world of social media, some people say you shouldn't talk about your business on social media. You should keep it completely separate. You should, you know, have a different Facebook page. You should have this and that. I hear that many, many times. And then oftentimes I hear, no, you should talk about it on social media because people are watching you. They're watching your life. Part of this is lifestyle marketing. It's what you do with your lifestyle, and people are attracted to that. Do you know that more people get suggestions from Facebook than they do like from Consumer Reports anymore? Remember in the olden days, people would go to the Consumer Reports to see what kind of vacuum cleaners to buy. Now we don't have to go to Consumer Reports. We just ask our Facebook friends, hey, what's the best vacuum? Hey, what's the best computer? Hey, what's the best phone? Hey, what's the best cell service, or whatever. And people love giving feedback. How many of you notice people love giving feedback? And so the truth is there's two ways you can approach social media with your business. And I'm going to talk about home business reviews in a second. I can't look down. I'm driving on the interstate, but I am got both hands on the wheel because I got my handy dandy thing, which is great. But anyway, the truth is when you look at social media, I want to ask you guys, and you can give some feedback. Do you feel like using social media to talk about your message, whether it's talking about the opportunity, the financial opportunity of Canaway, or the endocannabinoid system, or CBD, or the studies, or just celebrating people's victories? Do you think that that is powerful to showcase on your personal Facebook page? That's my question for you guys. And then I'm going to give you some feedback that I've ascertained after looking at all of it. And the second part is, or do you not? Do you feel like it should be completely separate from who you are? You know, your Facebook page is just to post pictures of your dogs and your kids and to complain about the weather? Or do you feel like it is an avenue for you to share what you believe and what you're passionate about? I know Randy Schrader's standing on this because I spend a lot of time talking to Randy, and I'm going to tell you his standing, and then I'm going to tell you just some of the heavy hitters in the world of social media and those social influencers, they're called, and how they're using their social media platform. So I've heard both ways. Some people say don't say too much on social media because you give away the secrets, and people, you know, they get sick of hearing about your business and then they unfriend you. And I'm like, well, that's okay because it makes room for new friends. That's my take. So what is your guys' feedback? Do you guys think it's a good thing to share on social media? You know, I just feel like our social media is amazing. You know, some people complain, oh, I hate social media. I love social media. It's a great avenue to share things I'm passionate about, whether it's Canaway, CBD, my family, traveling the world, making money, loving Jesus, like all those things that I love and all those things that you guys love. It is a form of lifestyle marketing. People look at your social media page and they either say, I want to be like you, or I need what you have, or they don't. It's just kind of like going on social media and say, hey, I'm going to the movies tonight. What's the best movie you've seen in the last 2 weeks? And you know, which one is family friendly? And people love to give you feedback. People love to be heard. So something that we can do on social media that's very powerful is ask questions. Don't go out there and sell, but go out there and ask questions. Hey, how do you guys feel when you wake up? How are your knees in the morning when you get out of bed? Hey, what's your attitude like with the change of seasons? Ask some questions and get people talking. Those threads of people talking are really on social media what creates the buzz, where people are talking about it, they're responding, they're interacting with you and with one another. Some people say you're supposed to keep it quiet. There's this part in social media and actually in network marketing where there's social selling going on. You guys know this, right? So what that means is people buy contacts. They do these kind of Facebook ads where it puts out feelers. They gather people up in funnels and then they sell them on the product. Should I tell you honestly, if that is your forte, then you should be building your business that way. If that is what you're excellent at, if that is like what you do for a living, that's probably a great way to grow your business. Someone like me, that would take too much time, energy, and money for me to have to become an expert in that realm. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not an expert in that realm. What I am good at is talking and just sharing my beliefs and sharing things that I love and care about and just doing that in truth. And I love to do that for people because I think most people have no idea. They just have no idea about health, about wealth creation, about families, about eating right, about any of the things that I like to talk about. I feel like most people just don't even understand it. So for me, I like being a lifestyle, coach per se, or a person that wants to talk about financial health or physical health, all those things that matter, right? So I think that's just super important in the marketplace. But what is your guys' feedback? Definitely share on Facebook page. Tara, I know you're excellent at creating more than one page. Tara is really, really, really good at that. Now, do you have to have a separate Facebook page to have success in this business? Absolutely not. I was talking to somebody who was like, I'm not sure how to talk about it on social media. I'm not sure how to launch my business on social media. And they have a huge social media following. And I follow a guy on Instagram, and he's awesome. His name is Ed Milet. And I love him. And he's got like 800,000 Instagram followers. And what I love about Ed Milet is he just says it how it is, and he has strong faith. He talks about Jesus. He talks about making money. He talks about financial freedom. He talks about overcoming. He talks about not living in that pity party and not being a victim, but rising to the occasion. I love his message. He's very forthright. He brings on other people that have overcome challenges in their life and are shining stars, and he just is awesome. And he's not quiet about it. You don't think to yourself, geez, I wonder what Ed Milet is up to. And the other day he had a Facebook post. I'm going to share it with you guys because I shared it with my friend yesterday, and it was so good. It was so great, actually. He said, just look at the people, he said, that have really made a huge impact in the world. Mother Teresa, Mark Zuckerberg. He named just a lot of influential people, and you guys can think of these people. Martin Luther King Jr. But he said they were not quiet about their message. They were almost evangelical, is the word he used. Evangelical about their message. They breathe it, they eat it, they sleep it, they become it, they are it. I think sometimes with network marketing, because a lot of people jump from company to company to company to company, they don't want to identify themselves on their social media page because that might mean that they're all in. Now, this is just things that I'm like kind of looking at different people, and I'm visiting with different people, and this is what I'm ascertaining to be true, that sometimes when people have been 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 companies, it's hard for them to go all in with one like Canaway because they might have been with 4 or 5 or 6. And if they associate it with one, then that means they're kind of like locked in, which you're never really locked in, right? But the truth is that means that they're connected to that and they can't go elsewhere, which again, you can always go elsewhere. It's free enterprise. You can come and go as you please. You don't have to talk anybody into doing this business. I feel like it's a blessing for us to be able to participate in this business, in the quality, the purity, the level of leadership, the authenticity, just everything that Canaway and Medical Marijuana Inc. have to offer. I feel like it's a blessing to me. I feel like, I'm not doing this for Randy Schrader, my sponsor. I'm doing this for Renita Brennan and my family and my team and everybody out there who needs to nourish their endocannabinoid system and wants financial freedom. That's who I'm doing it for. Because this business is going to grow with or without me. Canaway is going to grow with or without me. I'm just going to tell you guys the truth. And it's going to be with me. That's the truth. It's a blessing from God that I get to participate in this business. And when you take on your business like that, it's just a whole nother story. You don't think I'm doing this and it's making somebody at the top so much money. That's not true. People that you sponsor can pass you if they're working the business and you're not. So the truth is wherever you are, there you are. Get to work and get out and make a difference, and it's going to be a big deal. So people like Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King Jr., Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, all these people that were really big in influencing generations and ideas. And he said they were evangelical about their message. They weren't secretive about it. They didn't scat around and, maybe you're like, what are they up to now? What are they doing next? Like, you weren't like that. They were very evangelical, and I'm very evangelical about things that I have going on. I'm going to tell you, I was talking to this individual yesterday who is just a massive grower and a massive influencer in social media, in network marketing, and is just an amazing human being. And they were nervous about it. And I said, the truth is, I feel like that fear is kind of Satan holding you back from getting out there and impacting a lot of lives. Fear holds us back a lot of times. And do you know one of the biggest things to trump fear? The biggest things to trump fear, you guys, is curiosity. So if you are scared to talk to somebody, start asking questions, because as soon as you start asking questions on social media, people want to participate. They want to be heard. They want you to know that their knee hurts in the morning. They want you to know that they've been struggling, and they want to be heard. And it's not that we sit around and talk about all our problems all day, because that's not going to get us anywhere. Identify, the feel, felt, and found. I know how you feel. I felt the same way. What I found is CBD has been incredible for a lot of amazing things with people's health and finances, right? I mean, what business can you get into? We talked to somebody that said they had no idea how much money they were making. They didn't know one thing about the compensation plan. In the first month in the business, they made $4,200. True story. And so they were like, what did I make? How did I make that? They just went to work about being evangelical and sharing the message. That's the truth. That's about how this business works. Some people lead, overanalysis leads to paralysis. They need to do everything. I find the people that I talk to the most do the least. That's a true story. The people that I sit and talk for hours and hours and hours with don't do anything. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh my gosh, because the resources and the tools are all there. And I'll say it, and I've said it a lot of times in the last few days, in the last few Facebook Lives, you either point to a tool or you become a tool. And I don't want to become a tool, because none of us that are watching this are going to get paid millions of dollars for being a health coach or someone who is just an expert in nourishing the endocannabinoid system. In fact, we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't do that, because it makes us look like doctors, and then we're making medical claims. What we should do is say, you know what? We've seen a lot of great things when people start to nourish their endocannabinoid system. Here's a link for you to look at echoconnection.org. Boom, done. Just like that. Now, you're not the doctor. You're pointing to the research and the studies and the doctors, right? Better yet, send a link for Dr. Stuart Titus. Better yet, go to your Canaway Connect app and send out one of those great videos. There's 3 of them: the problem, the solution, and a company of first. Those videos are powerful. I sent out to 5 brand new contacts yesterday. I should say Scott sent out, because I got the contacts and Scott's setting out the videos from the Canaway Connect app. 5 brand new contacts. I'm sending those videos out, okay? So the truth is, let's go back to what the truth is. Love, feel, felt, found. Yeah, feel, felt, found is a big thing in network marketing, and just in hearing people's stories. People want to, many people will say, you know what, I want to do it, but I feel like I've done other network marketing companies and it hasn't worked. You know what, I totally know how you feel. And actually, I felt the same way, because some network marketing companies, it is smoke and mirrors. But what I found is the authenticity and the transparency of Canaway and Medical Marijuana Incorporated, because they are a publicly traded company, is so great. They are literally on the Yahoo Finance page every week, every day, sometimes in a week. And the financial transparency is so legit, and the leadership is so authentic. I mean, listen, Randy Schrader is going to bat for our team, and I don't even know it. There's a meeting going out near Seattle, Portland, Oregon today, with Liz, which I didn't even know was going on until I was on a conference call yesterday at 4 p.m. Randy was on his way to the airport to go help my team out in Seattle. He's not telling me, Renita, I'm helping your team. He's just going and doing the work. Here's the truth. Randy Schrader wouldn't have to do one more thing to make $1 more. I'm just going to tell you the truth. He's financially set up, right? But like he says, there is a window of opportunity in the end of the prohibition of cannabis, in the green rush. There is a window of opportunity. And when there is a window of opportunity financially, you don't avoid the window and be like, how little can I do and get paid the most? Randy is thinking, I am going to maximize this window. I am going to crawl through this window. It may not exist 5 years, 7 years, 10 years from now, but it exists right in this moment, and I'm crawling through it. I'm going to do my best to work my tail off. I love that attitude. I love that attitude, instead of how little can I do and make the why each one of you should be honestly scheduling your home business reviews. And if I were you, I would do one a week. And if no one shows up, that's okay. Next week, 2 people will come. And the week after that, 2 people will come and they'll bring their 4 friends and you'll have 2 new guests. That's how you build network marketing, brick by brick by brick by brick. You can't pray for the biggest leader on the planet when you haven't even catered to your little leaders. Cater to the little leaders. Help them, lead them, guide them, get on the horn, get on the phone, do a Facebook Live, do a Zoom meeting. Hey, some of you haven't even done a Zoom meeting. It's free or $14.99. Figure it out. They do weekly trainings every week. I didn't know how to do a Zoom meeting the first time. I stumbled through it. Heck, I stumbled through when I was in Kauai because I tried to do it from my phone, which I haven't been able to master yet, but I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it because doing a Zoom meeting from my phone is even easier than doing it from my computer. And I just want to be able to pull up the flip chart from my phone. Okay, so let me see where you guys. Now is the time for exponential growth. Exactly. Hi, Leilani. Jan, shout out from the rooftops. I agree. It works. It helps. You know, I just got a Facebook message or a text message from a guy. I did a talk at the Rough Rider Health Education Conference. It's for like all the Phi-Ed teachers and people like that. And I go out there every year in Medora and do that for this group of teachers. And I love educating the educators because I find that educators like Jan, the teachers, are sometimes the best network marketers on the planet because they love to teach. They love to relay a message. They love, I just think Jesus was a teacher. But anyway, the bottom line is I was out there, this guy who was a coach and had chronic pain, he just reached out to me and he said, Renita, I started on my oil for one night and maybe it's psychological, but I woke up feeling better. And I said, well, psychology plays a little role in healing. If you don't know that, it's the mind-body connection. And he said, I've just read so much and my belief is so high on the healing benefits of this CBD. And he said, I'm feeling great. And he said, last night I rubbed the salve on my knees and I was running around like a kid. And LOL is what he said in the text message. And I thought, this is what we get to take part in. No part of what we have going on right now is a lose. It's a win, 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 win across the board. It's a win physically, it's a win financially, it's a win relationally, it's a win for all of you to grow in leadership. It's a win for some of you to travel the world. Maybe you've never been to San Diego or some of these places where you're going to get to travel. Maybe some of you have never been to Costa Rica. I've never been to Costa Rica. I'm excited to go to Costa Rica. That's why I want at least 55 of you from our team in Costa Rica with us. But the truth is, it's a win, 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 win. There's no lose in it. Our leadership is for us. They're not against us. Corporate is for us, not against us. I put out a letter to Brad and I'm like, listen, Brad, we need better shipping on these samples. It's too expensive. $14.99 is too much money to pay. And I'm not a complainer. I'm a solution-oriented person. Let's get those samples down to $4.99 for shipping. Honestly, let's do that. And he's like, Renita, we're working on it now. Our company is a company where you will be heard. Every one of you watching, there is so much potential for you to have exponential growth within Canaway because it is it's in its infancy in the United States. I'm going to be honest with you, Europe is growing faster than the United States. And so the truth is we have so much to contribute to the world. And I believe, now you can do it as you choose, but I believe your social media is a great platform for you to show a lifestyle messaging about good health, financial freedom, things that are positive that the world needs to hear instead of more complaining. For those of you that know this, I love politics. Do you guys know this about me? Randy suggested to me when I was in Kauai, because here's the best thing about, should I tell you, the best leaders on the planet are coachable. Do you know that? The best leaders on the planet are coachable. And Randy said to me, I think you need to quit talking about politics on social media. And, it kind of like stabbed me. I was like, I love politics. And he's like, it's not doing you any favors. I mean, what do you think, you're going to get someone to change a political party? And truthfully, no, I don't think that. But I took his advice and I actually made a wager with him. I said, if I post one more political post, I owe you $100. And if I post politically, I'm going to pay you $100. I'm not going to post politically. I'm like, I literally needed to put myself in that situation so I don't post politically, because sometimes my emotions get the best of me with the political stuff. But again, it's not doing me any favors. It's not shining like the light of Christ. It's not a win-win-win-win situation. It's actually negative and ornery. And so I decided, he's right. I'm not going to post politically. And he said, I think it's going to grow your business, Renita. I was like, thank you for that feedback. He just gave me honest feedback like that, right? So what do you guys have to say about this? I mean, this is kind of a lot, but I was going to get to the home business reviews, which I haven't got to yet because I was just driving and thinking about social social media and how powerful it is, and how it's powerful for you people to see you winning physically, financially, relationally, emotionally, spiritually. That is a winner chicken dinner on social media, because the world is hurting. The world is hurting physically. The world is hurting financially. The world is hurting relationally. And we are a lighthouse. And so the question is are we going to let our light shine? Or are we going to put it on a separate Facebook page where no one sees it? I'm going to let my light shine. It says, let your light shine before men. That's what it says in the word. And so I thought to myself, I'm going to let my light shine before men and women, and I'm going to be positive, and I'm going to be encouraging, and I'm going to tell stories, and I'm going to share truth with people, because people need to hear the truth and love, and it will set captives free. I know that. Physically, financially, when people say money doesn't matter, are you kidding me? I mean, I'm not anywhere near I need to be financially. Not anywhere close, Scott and I aren't. And so the truth is this is like Randy says, he doesn't have to work this business. For me, I don't feel like I have to. I want to. I get to work this business because I see it as an incredible financial viable option financially to set my family free, to set others free. And I'll tell you what, when people say finances don't matter, I can't even stand going to church services anymore where they say money doesn't matter. I'm like, oh really? I've met Dave Ramsey's daughter, Rachel Cruz, and financial health matters big time, because 51% of people are getting divorced because of financial straits. Not necessarily infidelity, financial straits. 70% of people that are on anxiety medication are on anxiety medication because of financial problems. Finances matter. It doesn't mean that money becomes a god, and it doesn't mean the love of money. Money's a tool, and it's what we're doing with it, right? And if it's helping to do good, pay our bills, give back, make a difference, help others, I'm telling you what, it is a blessing from God, and we are blessed to be a blessing. And so I am not scared to talk about money and how great it is. Are you kidding me? Anybody says, money doesn't matter. You know what? Be careful. Because if you're talking like that, you're probably not attracting many business builders. Because here's what I know about people that make money and that are good financially. They want to find ways to make more money. And Canaway, for some people, might be just an additional source of revenue or income for them to help provide for their families and others. And maybe it's not about you making money. Maybe it's about somebody on your team that needs to make that extra $500 a month. That's where Scott and I are at. Maybe somebody on our team needs to make $500 a month, or better yet, $2,500 a month, or better yet, $5,000 a month. Maybe it's not about you at all. Maybe it's helped your health, and you're like, Renita, I want to be quiet about it. I don't want to talk about it. It's like somebody saying my faith is private. I'm like, my faith is important to me. Canaway is important to me. Financial health is super important to me. The health of families is important to me, and that's why I'm loud and proud about it on Facebook. You know what I mean? Because if you're proud about something, if I just had a baby, am I going to not say it on the world of social media, and you're going to find out when my kid's 4 years old that I had a baby 4 years ago? I mean, come on, let's get real. If you are proud about something, within the first few minutes of talking to somebody, you're probably going to bring it into the conversation. That's just the truth. It doesn't mean you need to go hit somebody over the head with a sales pitch. It just means you're listening for opportunity to help and serve and bless others, right? That have never been commented on. Yeah, exactly. People are watching quietly, Tara. That's the thing about cannabis. People are like, I don't know if I should comment, because does it mean that I like cannabis? So people are kind of quiet, like living behind the scenes. And then all of a sudden one day, when something happens in their life, they reach out to you. That's the truth of what happens. That's happened to me numerous times. And so hopefully this helps you guys. Some people want to be quiet. If you guys are all quiet about it, you're not making any money. You're not making a difference. I'm just going to tell you the truth. And you know what? My goal is to help 1 million people and make over $1 million a year. And so with that being a big, audacious goal, I need to be loud and proud about it. Not in an annoying kind of way, because here's the truth. I just said this to my friend Mike last night. I said, you're that crazy person that talks about what you're passionate about all the time. Meanwhile, you're getting feedback from the person that's half dead, wishing that their life was better, on multiple medications, and has no idea of how to get off of them or want to get off of them. Marriage is on the rocks, has no great relationship with their kids, and they're the one giving you feedback. I'm like, you know what? You need what I have. Trust me, you do. And it's not because my life is perfect, because my life is far from perfect. I'm just going to go there. It's far from perfect. But you know what? I know where I'm headed. and I know who my God is, and I know that the best is yet to come, and I know that we have our hands on not just the green rush, but a gold rush, and to help a lot of people and to make a lot of money, and it is a window, and that is why Randy is working so hard behind the scenes without even me knowing. He didn't say, Renita, I'm going to help your team out here. He's just that way. And so I'm grateful for him and Samantha's leadership. I'm grateful for Brad. I'm grateful for Blake. I'm grateful for everybody at Canaway. I'm grateful for all of you guys that have chosen to be part of something so powerful, to be a pioneer in the end of the prohibition of cannabis, and to be loud and proud about that message and not to live in fear. And if you are living in fear, more powerful than bravery is curiosity. I just heard it on K-Love Radio. More powerful than bravery is curiosity. So start asking questions on social media. Now let's get back to HBR, which is what I titled this thing. But this is good teaching. HBR, Home Business Review, is your goal. Your goal is to do 2 to 3 a month of these. And that is just a standing goal. Whether that's via Zoom meeting, to contact your people from out of state, out of the city. Sometimes in those larger metropolitan areas, a Zoom meeting works better because people have a hard time getting to an area. Sometimes that's great. That's actually greater than actually having an event in an area because everybody has lives and children and extracurriculars. In fact, today Scott's coaching football in Bismarck, and I'm driving to Grand Forks to watch our oldest son, Bo, run in a cross-country meet. Anyway, but home business reviews, and Randy made the suggestion for me to quit calling them parties. I like party because I'm a sanguine temperament. He's like, men don't like the word party. He's, okay, I'll take that feedback. Thank you, Randy. Again, just take it in love. Do not take it with a spirit of offense. Some of you are too easily offended. You need to read the book, The Bait of Satan or Unoffendable. And when you read that, you'll realize you're taking offense to every little thing said. Stop it. Knock it off. Like a turd. Let it go. Scott told me that. Like a turd. It's a good visual for me. Let it go. But the truth is like, I don't want to take offense because I want to be able to be coachable, because I know being coachable is one of the key components of great and mighty things in this planet. The best people in the world are coachable. So, home business reviews is what they're now called in my vocabulary. And the goal is to do 2 to 3 a month. And when you do that, there's a standard of protocol that you should use with that home business review. And number 1 is, like Randy says, if you can add to the content, talk. But if you can't add to the content, then zip your mouth, okay? So number 1 is, and all of you have access to all of these videos. If you haven't downloaded your Canaway Connect app, they are on that. They are right there. When you go to Canaway Connect, you can click on the share button. The first video is called The Problem. And how Randy phrased it, I'm going to give you exactly. Randy phrased it with the problem. He talked about, you know what? There's this powerful thing. It's called CBD, and our bodies have been deficient for a lot of decades because of confusion, because of greed, and simply because the government took away something in 1937 that was very beneficial for people's health and bodies. And every mammal on the planet has one of these systems. And he said, I have a lemon tree, a lime tree. Jacinta, my friend Jacinta, in her backyard down in Arizona, she's got a lemon tree and a lime tree and probably an orange tree. Now, if the government came in one day and said, you know what? These are all orange trees. Would that change the fact that one's a lemon tree, a lime tree, and an orange tree? No. Just because the government said they're all orange trees does not change the truth that they are lemon trees and lime trees. So that is kind of what happened with cannabis back in 1937. And due to that fact, many of us have been chronically malnourished, some exhibiting symptoms so much greater than other people, okay? So much greater than other people. Some symptoms are just debilitating. I mean, I want to run into the nursing home and give everybody a tablespoon of CBD when I see the tremors, when I see the nervous things that are going on in the nervous systems, when I see the frailty, when I see the bodies balling up like this. I'm like, what could CBD do if we just gave it to every single person in a nursing home? I mean, this is my thought process. I'm like, my God, the world needs CBD, all right? So, number 1 is kind of preface it with, I love that story. I'm going to start using that story because I think it's true. And I'm going to say CBD has changed the course of my family's life. And you are okay to share your testimony. Don't make claims to say it's going to cure all of you of everything. The best thing to do is say, everybody pull out your phone right now and go to echoconnection.org, and you can look at all the different conditions and studies that CBD is already helping worldwide. That's a good tool and a resource to point to, because then you're not the doctor. when people ask me questions every day, what's it going to do for this? How much do I need this? Stop asking me those questions. I don't know. I'm not the doctor. All I know is people need to start with 50 milligrams a day. Children need to start with 25. If you're not feeling an effect in 4 to 5 days, I would increase it by 25 milligrams and let it ride for 4 to 5 days. And if you're not feeling an effect, increase it again. Most people are going to feel a difference in that time frame. Heck, the guy last night felt it this morning already. I mean, that's the truth. Some people feel it instantly. Some people it takes 3.5 weeks like Dean Soltis. The truth is, don't give up. It's doing something internally in your body that you can't see, okay? And then after saying, check out the echoconnection.org, I would say I'd push play in the video called The Problem. It's a 3-minute video. If you haven't watched it, go watch it and let that video play. And then shut your mouth. Like Randy said, just be quiet, Randy. And I'm like, okay. Because the more I talk, the more people are they're less likely to do it. Because I know too much, and you all know too much. That's the truth. He's like, how many of your people are making $1 million because they're endocannabinoid system certified? I'm like, none of them. And he's like, exactly. He's like, we need people to become as proficient on the compensation plan as they are on the endocannabinoid system. He's right. He's right. Me being first on that list to become more proficient. And that's why I'm going to do a lot more business trainings. Okay, so he plays the video. The second thing is called The Solution, the video The Solution. So after watching that video, many of you realize, when you see that CBD affects hormones, appetite, mood. These are major contributing factors to the world we live in. I mean, right now, 80 to 90% of people are on mood-altering medications. You can use that fact. It's true. 80 to 90% of people are on mood-altering medications. And maybe it's you. Maybe it's some of you guys, And the truth is there's no condemnation. The truth is we came to set captives free. So the next thing I would play then is the solution video. And it talks about nourishing that endocannabinoid system and giving CBD to people and how that's going to change and how Canaway is so beneficial in so many people's lives. And then after the solution, again, by that time, people have decided whether or not they're going to do it. Trust me. Studies show people decide within the first 7 to 10 minutes of listening to whether or not they're going to do something. First 7 to 10 minutes. Make it powerful, you guys. All right? And so then after that, the solution is the company that I've chosen to partner with is the very best on the planet. The triple lab tested. They were recently on The Doctors, Dateline, the History Channel. They've been on Sports Illustrated, ESPN, and that company is Canaway, and they are a company of first. They were the first to bring non-psychoactive CBD from hemp to the United States legally. Here's a little bit about them. Boom, push the button, the company of first. We play 3 videos. That means you're going to talk a lot less, right? And after that, the meeting is basically essentially done. People have made a decision about what they're going to do. And if you're ready to get started today, boom, give them your link. You can sign them up now on your Canaway Connect app. You can go right there and actually sign people up on your Canaway Connect app. We couldn't do that before. It was kind of like, floppy and flimsy and clunky, right? It was hard to do, but now we can do it right from our apps. And then Randy says, and for those of you that want to participate in this movement, in this life-changing, physically and financially life-changing movement of Canaway, CBD, and sharing this message and become a pioneer of sharing this message with the world. We are part of the history-changing. We are never again going to see this in our lifetimes, guys. The end of the prohibition of cannabis. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience that many of us are experiencing. We're not going to see it again. It's changing history. It's changing laws. It's changing legislation in other countries. It's a big deal. If any of you are interested in participating in that, there is about another 15 minutes that I can spend with you overviewing the 10 steps to success to show you how to have financial success if you want to share this opportunity with others. And if you want to do that right now, we can do that right now, and you can stick around. And if you just want to get started for the products, great. It's a great time to nourish your body, and Canaway is the perfect choice to do that with. And cut those people loose, and those that want to stay will stay. And then you show them the 10 steps to success. And Randy says if you can't talk that, you just push his video where it's played. I think it's 17 minutes long? 17 minutes long, where it goes over the 10 steps to success. And that is your entire home business review. I just gave it to you in a nutshell. Can you guys copy? Can you guys do that? Can you guys be coachable? Can you guys be unoffended, right? Can you just go for it and do it, right? With a positive attitude, knowing that you're going to help people win physically and financially. It's a big deal, you guys. We have our hands on something so powerful, and it is a window, and I don't take it lightly. So that is the home business review, but hopefully you guys got a little other good stuff there with wondering if you should be posting on social media. I once listened to a social media, kind of a social influencer say, don't go on your social media page and hammer. Post the things that you're passionate about. With me, you'll see a couple things. You'll see my family, my dog. Zoe, she's with me right now. You want to see her? There she is. Can you see her? Oh, she's beautiful. She's with me. She's going to Grand Forks to see her brother. Anyway, my dog, my family. You're going to see me posting a lot more about financial health, health in general, physical health, exercise, good nutrition, positive attitude, prayer, the Lord. These are things I'm passionate about. So many times in a day, I'm not going to go on and go, can't away. I'm going to ask myself, what can I deliver to my audience that is going to add value to their lives? And I want value-driven content. I don't want to be a complainer. I'm going to ask questions and I'm going to give value-driven content. It might be the Lord. It might be positive thinking, positive affirmations. It might be a picture of your family doing a fun thing like going to the pumpkin patch. It might be things that you're passionate about, and then it's can away. Okay? Because then people like to follow you. They enjoy following you. You're giving them something in return. Everybody if you haven't read the book by Dale Carnegie called How to Win Friends and Influence People, all of you should read it. I've read it 10 times. And everybody's in the What's in It for Me club, right? They're listening to you saying, how can that help my life? How can that impact my life, right? So get to them. Ask them questions. Let them be heard, right? And plus, if you're fearful about talking on social media, curiosity overcomes fear faster than courage and bravery. That's what Louis Giglio just said on Caleb, and I believe that. Ask questions and get people talking and interacting. It's powerful. So hopefully this has been advantageous. I hope you guys share these with your team. I'm telling you, I've been at this 11 years, and sometimes the things that I know in my mind that are just common sense are not common if you're just brand new to network marketing. So I said to Scott, I'm going to start sharing things, the nuts and bolts of how to work this business. And it would be to your advantage to share it with your team. Because if you want to grow, you can watch it. If you want your team to grow, you can share it with your team. And I'm not talking from a level of, I know it all, because I've got a lot left to learn. And I'm coachable, just like Randy said. Quit talking about politics, Renita. Start calling it home business reviews instead of parties. I'm coachable. I'm going to take that information in and I'm going to apply it because I want to help more people. I don't want to sit in pride because I want to post politically and not be able to help more people with their health and financially. I want to help more people. I want to help 1 million people. I'm going to have to lay down my pride. Boom. Right? So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So I love you guys. Scott and I are super grateful for each and every one of you that are building it and growing it and overcoming fear and growing as human beings. You'll find network marketing is absolutely the best industry because he's ready to hit the highway. I got to pick him up in Grand Forks to take him up to Grand Forks to run. So we'll talk to you soon. I love you guys. God bless you. Later on tonight, I'm going to be talking about that third step. It's going to probably be pretty late tonight, maybe about 8, 9, 10 on the third step, which is coming belief in network marketing. That's what we're going to be talking about tonight. All right. God bless you guys. Take care.